What's happening? Got to get a couple more sips of my coffee before we start this because we're going to do some cardio. This is a yoga cardio class. This is going to be low impact. It'll be apartment friendly if you're worried about jumping around. But I want you to know that most people would probably say and agree that the most spiritual moment they ever have is the moment before they think they're gonna die. So my job is to help you see God. But I want you to know something too. I'm 54. I'm gonna see him long before you do, all right? So this is me working out pretty much my hardest on a yoga mat. So let's have some fun today, y'all. All right, that didn't work again. Problems. Problems. There's always problems when you're live. How's it going, everybody? Let's do this. You're going to need a yoga block. Or not. I don't know if you're going to need it or not. I don't even know who you are. I'm talking to a camera lens. This is a trust thing, okay? You're going to need a batarang. And if you don't have a batarang, why don't you have a batarang? But if you don't have a batarang, grab a tennis ball. Tennis ball will work really good too, okay? Step onto your mat. Point your toes over the long edge of your mat and place your screen somewhere in front of that long edge. Look down at your feet, and I want you to separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And as you reach forward, squat down. And as you rise up, press your palms on an invisible wall behind you and lift your heels. Lower your heels. As you bend your knees, let me see your hands. And as you rise up, straighten your arms. Press your palms back as you lift your heels. And we can speed that up without it being high speed. What we want is fluid movement. What I want you to feel when you lift your heels is if the weight is in the ball of your feet or if the weight tries to roll out to your pinky toe edge. Your feet are a little bit wider, so it should be easier to stay on the big toe joint. Rise and sit. Rise and sit. This is a good time to tap into your breath. We're going to do about another 80 of these in the first set. I'm just kidding. We're about done. Let's do 3 more. Yeah, because 3 is a magic number. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that felt good. Let's turn to the top of the mat, the short edge. Why did this stop again? Technology, man. Technology. Did that work? Yay. Welcome back. Top of your mat. Bring your weight to your right foot and just lift your left leg. Up, down, up, down. When you're lifting this leg, you're firing the outer hips. But this one differently than this one. This one's lifting a load. This one's supporting the entire load. And again, just warming up here. But what I want you to try to get used to is the idea of not having to plant your foot to stabilize. And if you need to, we're just trying to like slide the toes. See my left toe is just sort of sliding on the floor. Lifting, sliding, lifting, sliding. Switch sides. Take your right foot, bring your weight to your left. Slide it out. And lift it up. Because we're going to need some stability pretty quickly here. So we want these thighs to be ready to support us. About 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Reach your hands up into the air. Take a deep breath. Exhale, hinge forward. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Exhale, step back. Inhale your chest forward and your knee down. Pull your hips back and push through your heel. Come forward, plant your hands, step back and do a push-up. You can lower your knees first if you need to, and press back after the push into down dog or crouching cat. Let's pause in this first one. We'll probably pause in the second one too. Bend your knees, move around, swivel the hips. Swiveling the hips is you trying to point your belly button over the long sides of your mat to your right and left, pivoting on the balls of your feet, turning the feet and the knees, and just getting that swishy movement. Lift your right leg up and step forward. Reach your right hand high, look up at your thumb. Reach down, step left foot next to right. Half lift, hands on the knees. Hands touch the floor, look at the back of your mat. Rise up, breathe in. Other side. Exhale, hinge forward. Slide the right foot back. Inhale, pull the chest forward, lower the knee. And then pull the hips back, sit to the right heel, and drive through the left heel. We're not trying to go down. We're trying to go up and out. Come forward, plant your hands. Step back. And if you want to see that, you can lower your knees first. Touch your chest to the floor. Push up, then lift your knees and press back. And since we're in our second down dog or crouching cat, again, just move around. See if you can press the heart, the sternum, back towards the space between the big toes. See if you can open up that chest and shoulders just a little bit more. Lift the left leg, step it forward. Reach your left hand up. As your hand goes up, it's like a balloon floating in the air, so inhale and inflate your chest. Exhale, reach down, step to the top. Hands on knees, breathe in. Hands touch the floor, look at the back of your mat. Rise up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Left leg lifts, and exhale it back. Inhale your knee down and your chest forward. Exhale, pull your hips back and push through the heel. Come forward, breathe in, step back, touch your chest, push up, press back, lift the right leg, breathe in. Exhale, step forward. Reach your right hand high. Reach down, step to the top. Half lift, hands on knees. Exhale, touch your toes, look behind you. Rise up. Exhale, fold. Halfway through the second set, lift your right leg. Exhale it back. Knee down, chest forward. Exhale, pull the hips back and drive through the heel. Come forward, breathe in. Step back, chest to the floor. Push and press. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step. Reach your left hand up. Reach down, step to the top. Hands on knees, inhale. Hands touch the floor, look at the back of your mat. Rise up. One more set. We've got this. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg lifts. Exhale it back. Knee down, chest forward. Pull the hips back, push through the heel. Come forward, breathe in. Step back, touch your chest. Push and press. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step. Right hand reaches for the sky. Reach down, step forward. Inhale, hands on knees. Exhale, touch the floor, look behind you. Rise up. Last one. Exhale, fold. Right leg lifts. Exhale it back. Knee down, chest forward. Hips back, drive through the left heel. Come forward, breathe in. Step back, touch your chest to the floor, push up. Press back, left leg lifts. Exhale, step. Left hand reaches up. Reach down, step to the top. Hands on knees, stick out your butt. Exhale, touch your toes, look behind you. Rise up. Feels good. Take a big step back with your right foot and turn back to, I'm turning back to the camera, turn back to your screen. You don't need your batarang or your tennis ball yet. You might want to have a yoga block if you have one. sitting somewhere near the short edges of your mat. All right? Now our feet are nice and wide. Let's just practice a little move, okay? Like you were getting ready for a championship heavyweight bout. Because maybe have you started to put on the quarantine 15? Is that why you're here? This is gonna be hard. We gotta be able to bend the knees, shift through the hips, and then we're gonna try to get under the rope. Now here's what I want you to know as we're going down and across, is that I'm not dropping my chest and keeping my ass in the air, my legs straight, looking down at the floor. I've got my eyes on what you're probably in a gorgeous, cute outfit, okay? So I'm like one of those birds in the Amazon, just like trying to do a mating thing, checking out that awesome yoga outfit of yours, okay? So make sure you can see forward as you go under this invisible rope to the right and to the left. All right, now, come on up. I gotta think for a second which side we're gonna do first. We're gonna slide right foot to left. Yeah, it's Saturday, I had to think about that. And you're gonna place left thumb over your ear, right here, like a pencil, the way you'd slide a pencil over your ear, boom. And then place your fingertips around your skull, all right? Right hand on your hip, and you're gonna lift your right leg to the right. And then as you bring your big toe to tap the floor, you're gonna bring your knee up and try to touch the elbow, but it doesn't have to touch. And make sure that you're not lifting your knee a little bit and dipping all the way down, okay? Remember, you have to be able to see forward, or at least forward and to the side. So that we're gonna do that, and then slide the foot back out and lift it, okay? Now here's the other thing. If you feel really stable on the standing leg, you can just keep that right foot off the floor. But I'm gonna slowly speed this up, and then you can jump in there with me. We're gonna lift the right leg up, tap the toe, bring the knee up towards the elbow. Just lift your knee up and try to get your elbow over wherever your knee is. And then extend your foot out and lift, tap, cross, tap, lift, tap, cross, tap, lift, and if you can, just keep that toe off the floor. Lift, cross, lift, cross, lift, and cross. We got 3, we got 2, we got 1. Nice. We're gonna step the right foot all the way out, and we're gonna pivot on the feet to face the short back edge of the mat. Left hand is still on the side of the head. Your right hand can remain on your hip or reach for the floor. We're going to slowly lower the right ear towards the long edge of the mat to the right of us. Pull your right hip back. Pull your left armpit back. As you lower your shoulder and stretch that left side, make sure you're gently, like 10% out of 100, you're pushing your head against your left palm. And release. We're going to plant the hands, and it's going to start to suck. Okay? Step. Right foot back. Touch left elbow to right knee. Step back. Touch right knee to left elbow. Crossing to the left. Step back. Right elbow down, left elbow down. Right hand down, left hand down. Left knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow. Right elbow down, left elbow down. Right hand plant, left hand plant. We got 2 more sets. Elbow to knee, elbow to knee, elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Elbow to knee, elbow to knee, elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Press back. Did you get that? We're not done with the hard stuff. It's going to feel good when we stand back up, but we got one more thing to do, a couple things to do. Press back into down dog. Now step your left foot forward and to the left, just enough that your left toes are off your mat, your left heel is on your mat, and your left foot did not step more than halfway forward to your left hand. From there, we're just going to kick right leg through left side. So you should be able to see me here. And then we're going to reach left hand over top left corner and extend right leg over back right corner. And then we're going to pull it through again. You should be able to see me here. Reach over, kick back, and kick through. And reach over, kick back, and kick through. Feels like your left hand is grabbing a rope and then pulling it to your hip. Kick through. Release. Press back into downward facing dog. Yeah, we're doing okay. Got some sweat going. Lift your right leg up and step forward. Your neighbors aren't even mad yet. Now, let's go ahead and rise up so you can see. We really want to come into a triangle, more specifically, a stronger triangle. Right leg straight, tilt the pelvis, right hand on the shin or a block. This is always nice. The block can tilt to any angle. Left hand on the side of the head. Your left hand and the left side of your head are getting pretty well acquainted here. Notice that you can see me and you're pointing your elbow to where you're looking. So I'm looking into the camera lens and that's where I'm pointing my left elbow. I'm not lifting it, okay? But I am going to bend the left knee and lift the left elbow away from the left knee. So now I'm looking with my eyes stacked sideways, looking at the world sideways, to the right. I'm looking to where my right toes are pointing. Now pull your groin back, stick your butt out against your pants. If your right shoulder blade was on a wall behind you, you'd be trying to put your left butt cheek on that wall. Release. And rise up. Let's do the other side because we'd feel really weird if we didn't. All right? So we're going to slide the left foot over to the right side, and we're going to slide right thumb over the ear. Now the right hand is going to get familiar with the right side of your head. I mean, like, real familiar, right? They're naked. They're sweaty. They're rubbing up against each other. Now we're going to take the left leg out, left hand on the hip, lift the leg to the left. The toe can tap the floor or not. And then we lift the knee in front of the nipple or up towards the nipple and cross the elbow. Make sure you're not looking down at the floor. Don't try to go down too much, all right? Just try to twist the trunk as you pull that knee up. And then lift the leg to the left and then cross. Out and in and cross. Out, in and cross. Out, in and cross. Keep it up. Now try to get with your breath, whatever that is. You don't have to keep pace with me, because by now you have somewhat of an idea of what the movement is. And what we're doing is just really challenging a lot of everything, right? Core muscles. We're challenging the heart because a typical yoga class is not cardio. It doesn't get your heart rate above that point where it would feel more like anything more than a brisk walk. Let's do just a couple more. Cross, and one more, and cross. Whoa! Step that left foot all the way out, and we're going to pivot to the short edge of the mat again. And right hand on the side of the head. Left hand can be on the hip, or reaching for the floor. Slowly going to lower the left shoulder, but lift the right heel. Okay, be really solid through that right leg. Pull the left hip back and the right armpit back. Release. There we go. Now we're going to put our hands on the floor, and every time we do, that's a good indication we're going to be pushing somehow. So plant your hands and step back. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow, elbow down, plant the hand, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Did you hear that? Elbow, elbow, hand, hand. I'll do it for you again. Elbow, 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 hand, hand. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow, 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 hand, hand. Was that 3 or 4? Better do it again. Knee to elbow, elbow to the floor, elbow to the floor. Plant the hand, press back. Yay. Oh my goodness. Now, right foot, slide it about 6-8 inches forward. Slide it out to the side. I want your heel on your mat, your toes off your mat, okay? Now we're going to take right hand to hip and kick left leg through. And again, you should see me as you do this. And then we're going to reach right hand over top right corner, left toes point over back left corner, and then we do it again. Kick the foot through. Pull the foot back, reach over the corner, and kick the leg through. And now we're working lots of core and shoulders. Oh, we're working everything. Because if you don't use it, you will lose it. That goes for anything. Release. Downward facing dog. Catch your breath here. Oh, we've almost finished the sequence. Left leg lifts, hand step through. We're going to come into a triangle, plant the back heel. Go ahead and rise up. Hello, Leah, by the way. Hands on the hips. Oh, no, you did. Tilt the pelvis. Left hand down, right hand up. We're going to start to slow our breath down. I'm sweating. I'm sweating like a pig. Every time I do this, I have to wear my satanic unicorn shirt. There's a lot of reasons for that. And one of them is just sweat. One is just like good juju, right? It's black. It's slimming, you know? Let's go a little further. Slide the right thumb over the ear. Your left hand can be on your shin, on the floor or block. Don't forget that. As you bend the right knee, lift the right elbow. Your elbow and knee are trying to get as far away from each other as they can. Pull the groin back. They need some space. Your elbow and knee are trying to socially distance. Okay? Try to look with your eyes stacked sideways in the same direction that your left toes are pointing, and pull your right hip back. Try to get your right butt cheek on the wall that your left shoulder blade would be touching. And release. Turn the left foot in and rise up. How are we feeling now, you guys? You ready? There's a big UFC fight on tonight. I'm getting ready, man. Okay, bind your hands behind you. A lot of pushing, a lot of body weight support. Hands on the floor means a lot of engagement in the pecs. They would sure appreciate a stretch right now. Bind your hands behind you. And then push your tailbone against your thumb knuckles. And as you start to hinge, you can lift your fists off your butt. And I want you to try to keep your elbows really bent. And imagine trying to squeeze a volleyball between your elbows. And squeezing the volleyball between your elbows, try to lift it off your back. And slowly rise back up. You're going to need your tennis ball or your batarang. batarang. We're going to step to the top edge of the mat. Right foot next to left. Now remember, I promised you there'd be no jumping. Your downstairs neighbor is not going to get mad at you, but you're going to get mad at me, okay? Sorry. Place your tennis ball on that top edge or the batarang if you have that. Slide the left foot back and lower the left knee. Rise up and lift your knee in front of you, straighten your leg. Bend your knee, step back, and then bend the knee again. Straighten the back leg, lift the knee, straighten the leg, bend the knee, step back soft. Bend the left knee again. Straighten the back leg, lift the knee, kick it through, bend it, step back, bend the knee, straighten the leg, lift the knee, straighten the leg, bend the knee. And now, keep the foot off the floor, bend the hips and place fingertips on the floor. And grab your batarang or your tennis ball and place it at the back of your left knee. Bend your left knee so you can squeeze it and hold it. Okay? Lift the left knee up. And then bring your left knee next to your right knee. Lift your left knee to the left like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. And bring your left knee back to your right knee. Slide your left knee back so you're pointing your big toe at the ceiling. And then lower your knee next to your right. Lift your left knee left, so we're abducting. Bring your left knee to the midline. And then lift your left knee into the air behind you, trying to get your big toe to the ceiling. Knee to knee out to the side. Knee to knee, slide it back. Knee to knee, lift to the side. Knee to knee, extend it back. Keep squeezing that block or your batarang, and keep going for 3, 2, 1. Grab the tennis ball, extend your left leg and step back, and lower your left knee down. Pull your hips back, and your right butt cheek says thank you. Grab the block, place it underneath your right butt cheek if you have it, and we're now finally going to hinge forward, but I want you to try to keep your collarbones elevated, so don't collapse your chest, okay? We want to lift the heart and try to draw it forward. Dorsiflex the right ankle. That's when you take your foot off the gas pedal. Reach your hand over your toes and press your toenails towards the top of your foot while you pull the top of your foot to the bottom of your shin. So we're stretching all the way from the back of the knee to the toe joints. See, this is that moment. This is a really good moment. It's like if you take a hike and you walk away from your house, and then you realize, well, shit, I might as well walk all the way to the store, right? I've come this far, in other words. I've come this far. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, we got to do that next. That's no fun. All right, here we go. Come forward. We're going to work on side plank. We're going to work on the obliques. Trying to hit everything a little bit today. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, and slowly turn your body to the right. That means you take your right hand off the floor and your toes point to the right. Lower your hips, but don't let them touch the floor. Lift your hips high and lift your right leg up. Step your right foot behind your left leg. Lower your hips. Lift them up. Lift your right leg and step in front of your left foot. Lower the hips. Lift them high Whoa. Lift that right leg and step back. Lower the hips. That leg is so heavy, right? We've worked those muscles so hard today. It's a wonder we can step the foot over it all. Remember, I told you, I'm going to see God. I'm going to be close to death long before you. And then press back into downward facing dog. Oh my. There's just one thing left to do. We have to stretch that left side. It would feel so nice. Lower your knees. Slide your hips back to your heels. And step your hands over to your right. And then place your left palm on your right. And bow. All right, guys. Walk your hands back onto your mat and walk them to the top. Lift the knees and press back. Left leg lifts, and we step to the top of the space. And then rise up and grab your tennis ball or your batarang. Oh my. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure we need the batarang yet, but I love to hold it because I could just feel like at any moment, you know, if I gotta fight crime, I'm ready. I don't even remember how to do this. Oh yeah, here we go. Try to lower your right knee to your mat. Like, not to touch your mat, but to touch the top of a quarter on your mat. Straighten your back leg. Lift your right knee up. Straighten your leg. Bend the knee. Bring the foot back. Plant it soft. Lower the right knee down. Straighten the back leg. Lift your knee. Straighten your leg. Bend it. Send it back. Bend the right knee. Rise up. Lift the knee. Straighten the leg. Bend the knee. Step back. Lean back. Right knee bends. Right leg straightens. Lift the right knee. Extend the leg straight. Step back. Iyengar. BKS Iyengar. The great yoga master said, the pose doesn't begin until you want to stop. So that means if you want to stop, we just started. Lift your knee, straighten your leg, and that's probably about right. I know because my left butt cheek is about to explode. Fingertips on the floor, lift your right leg into the air, bend your knee, and clamp the back of your right knee onto your batarang or tennis ball or orange. Those little cutie oranges work good. Now, try to touch your right big toe to the ceiling and then bring your right knee next to your left. Float your right knee to the right like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Bring your knee back to your knee. Right knee slides back, big toe lifts up. Knee comes back to the knee. Out to the side, back to the center. Lift from behind, back to the center. Out to the right, back to the center. Keep going. Your own pace. And your left butt cheek is pretty mad, right? Let it be mad. Sometimes you have to let these things sort themselves out. Lift to the side. Extend to the back. Lift to the side. Extend to the back. Up to the side. Up to the back. One more time, and grab your tennis ball. Step the right foot back, right knee down, sit to your heel, place a block on your left butt cheek. Go get like a medical gurney to put your left butt cheek on. We gotta get this guy to surgery. It's like, imagine just your left butt cheek on an orderly gurney at the hospital, just running through the hallways, right? Let's try to add some levity to thinking about hospitals. It's your butt cheek and they're trying to get it to the emergency room. And they take those paddles and then try to get your left butt cheek back to life. Remember, we're going forward, but we're going up. When I get like this is what I get like. I think really weird thoughts. I can't help it. We're just letting things simmer down. Simmer down. Simmer down. And then we're going to pull the left toes back. Again, that's dorsiflexion. That's taking your foot off the clutch. And then reach over your toes. You're trying to fold your toes to the top of your foot, the top of your foot to your shin. When the sweat comes out, so does the crazy. That's why I hate these classes. I want you guys to think I'm cool. You know, it's all about me at the end of the day, isn't it? No, it's not. It's about us trying to learn how to be kinder, more conscious human beings. Oh shit, now he's going into that weird spiritual Zen shit. His feng shui. No, it's true. I like to say yoga doesn't have to be mystical to be magical. You don't have to buy into chakras and all that stuff. You have to believe in yourself and believe that you can do this. That's a powerful belief system. All right, guys. Now we got to do our side planks. And just for the sake of this video, I'm going to switch sides. You can if you need to. So when I come into my planks, remember we want left hand in the air because the right hand was on the air last time. So I'm going to place my hands on the back edge of my mat. That way I'm still facing the screen and you can too. And we're going to step back into downward facing dog on your mat backwards. And then we're going to turn the heels to the right so the toes point to the left. And take your left hand to your hip. And then lower your hips, lift them up. Wherever your left foot is, step it to the other side of your right foot. Lower your hips. You're going really slow. Make sure you're grabbing the floor with your right fingertips like a tiger clawing something. Lower the hips, lift them high, lift the leg. Man, that's never that hard, but we did so many lateral raises. And especially considering we don't have a lot of leverage when the legs are straight, when we're in a true plank, versus your right knee being able to bend. If I slid my right foot forward, then it's much easier because I can use my whole left foot and I can tap the floor. That's fine too. And then plant the left hand, press back into downward facing dog, lower your knees, pull your hips back, and step your hands off your mat to the left. And then place your right hand on your left. And bow your heart. And this is where you ask for the help, love, and guidance of your favorite deity. If anyone out there listening knows where I could get a painting of Tom Cruise as Jesus, or even the Virgin Mary or Krishna, that would be awesome. As deities go, he's pretty huge because, let's face it, that guy, he's my age, and he looks like he could still shoot risky business. God damn it. Release. Now we got a little bit more work to do because we've been all about the pushing, or at least in front of us. So I want you to just, boom, flip over onto your butt. And now your feet are what you consider to typically be the top edge of your mat. All right? Got one more little bit of work to do. Don't let me forget about your wrists because they've been weight bearing quite a bit today and we're not quite done. So you're going to plant your hands next to your butt and lift your butt off the floor, right? Don't thrust your butt into the air, that's not the point, but we do want the butt off the floor. I'm going to go really slow so that you can see I'm taking my left foot off the floor and then bringing the weight to the left hand. I bring right palm to left knee. Straighten the leg, lift it, and touch your toes. And then bring the leg down, tap the knee with your hand, straighten the leg, lift, and touch your toes. Bring your leg down, tap the knee, whoa! Tap your toes, lower the leg, bend it, straighten it. Toes, knee, straighten, toes, bend, knee, straighten, toes, and knee. Wait, I was saying that backwards. You know what I mean. Oh, release. Now, onto your backs. Lift your right knee to your chest and push your butt off the floor by pushing it to your left foot. Just keep that right knee bent. We're not moving here. Just pushing butt off the floor with the left foot. Your elbows pushing into the floor at the side next to your hips helps stabilize you. Lower your butt and grab your hamstrings. Pull yourself or kick yourself back up to a seated position. Let's do the other side. Plant your hands. Lift your butt off the floor. And when you lift your right leg, you're going to feel more weight in your right hand. Shift to it. Take your left hand off the floor. Tap the knee. Straighten the leg. Tap the toes. Lower it down. Bend the knee. Tap it. Straighten. Lift and touch your toes. Knee. Toes. Knee. Toes. Knee. Toes. Knee. Toes. What's that song? Eyes, ears, and knees and toes. Knees and toes. That's what we're doing. Lower your butt. On your back. Plant your right foot. Left knee to chest. Get your butt off the floor by pushing into your right foot. Push into that heel. Get your hips a little bit higher. Just a little bit, not as high as you can, just a little higher. Give me that higher love. Whoa. Shout out to Steve Winwood. Lower your butt. Lower your left foot. Oh my God. Guys, we did it. We're going to do a couple cool down poses. First thing, reach your hands into the air, ball your hands into fists, and make circles with your wrists. Make your circle go the other way. Now see if you can make both wrists rotate clockwise. See if you can make them both go counterclockwise. That is magic. You hardly think about the fact that you decided that and those nerves are sending signals for your hands to do that. It's a miracle. Take your butt out, or your feet off the floor, grab your knees, and pull your knees towards your biceps. In other words, you're trying to pull your knees apart rather than to your chest. You're trying to pull them to the floor to your right and left. And now, try to arch your back and point your tailbone at the short edge of your mat, the top of your mat. You're just creating that curve in your lumbar so that somebody can slide their hand under your back and grab a playing card from a deck of cards. Bring your knees together and plant your feet. Place your left ankle on your right thigh, crossing your legs the way you would if you're watching TV. And as you take right foot off the floor, thread your left arm through your legs. And then weave your fingers at the back of your right thigh or the top and front of your right shin. So either on top of the shin or under the calf holding the hamstring. Either one is fine. Now I want to give you that option because if you try to weave your hands over your shin and you have to take your head or shoulder blades off the floor to do it, then that's not the point. Because we want the back of the head and the shoulders off the floor if we can help it, so that we can press everything down to the floor. Not try to pry ourselves off of it. Now, place your right foot back on the floor, but leave your ankle on your right thigh. Now that your right foot is planted, push your left knee away from your chest. Stay here, or to go a little further, grab your left foot with your right hand and pull your heel towards your groin. Stay here, or if you want to go a little bit further, slide your right leg out straight. And if you've come this far, you can always hold your foot to your right hip crease and try to touch your left knee to the floor. And if you feel a pinch in your low back, draw your left knee left as you pull it down. Release. Slide the right foot back, plant the left foot. Cross the right ankle to the left thigh. Right hand threads through the legs as the left foot comes off the floor. Weave your fingers at the hamstring or the shin, but you should be able, no, not should, you're more likely to be able to rest the back of your head and your shoulder blades on the floor if you're holding your hamstring. Remember, that's a flat surface underneath you. We can use that. So keep drawing left knee towards your chest without taking shoulder blades or head off the floor. Release your knee or hamstring, place your left foot on the floor, and take a moment to push your right knee away from your chest. If you don't feel that much, you can always step your left foot closer to your butt. If you still don't feel enough lateral rotation in that right thigh, then grab your right foot with your left hand and pull your ankle and heel towards your groin. Slide your left leg out straight if you want to. And like I said on the first side, if you've come this far, if your left leg is straight, try to press your right knee onto the floor. And then slide your left foot back and plant your right foot. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs. Coming into crash position. Reach the forearms across the shins and see if you can grab the opposite elbow and squeeze yourself into a tiny, tight little ball. Roll side to side if that feels good to you. Separate your knees. Grab your right big toe with your right quote fingers. Grab your left big toe with your left quote fingers, the one you use to make air quotes with. Separate your feet. Pull your knees to the floor right by your armpits. If you want to go further, push through the heels and try to pull your tailbone to the floor, and your shoulder blades to the floor. Release. Bring the feet together, let them go. Plant your feet. Slide your legs straight if you prefer Shavasana. Sit up if you prefer Sukhasana. We did it again, guys. We stepped onto the mat and gave it hell. And by doing the work, we give ourselves the opportunity to experience this little pocket of heaven, of just feeling good in the body, feeling good in the mind. The chest is open. We feel confident. We feel capable. We feel like we did something, even if we couldn't do everything. With your eyes resting softly underneath your eyelids, and your jaw relaxed without your lips falling open. Take a moment before you end your practice to experience having arrived at the end of your practice. Even if we weren't under quarantine, this was originally shot on Saturday. Whenever you're watching it, I hope that you have the time to experience stillness, since we have experienced so much movement, so much strain, and done so much good work. Thank you to all our Patreon members who make this channel happen every single day. You can find us on Patreon at Stronger Yoga. You can also just send one donation on the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, pretty much anything. And if you can't afford to contribute, please keep watching. And please keep getting stronger. Have a beautiful day, guys. Namaste.